Good morning, students. Welcome to the lecture series of soft computing. In soft computing, we are learning about genetic algorithm. In genetic algorithm, we uses different types of operators in order to get the optimized solution. And these operators are your encoding operator, selection reproduction operator, recombination operator, or crossover operator, and the mutation operator. In my previous lectures, I have already discussed about the encoding operator and the selection operator. In today's lecture, I will discuss about the crossover and the different types of crossover operator. So let's understand what do you mean by a crossover. A crossover operator is used to create new solution from the existing solution which are available in the matching pool after applying the selection operator. This operator exchanges the gene information or the genetic material between the solution in the matching pool. We have different types of crossover operator like single point crossover, 2-point crossover, multi-point crossover, uniform crossover, and the matrix crossover. In the last class, I have discussed about the single site crossover, 2-point crossover, and the multi-point crossover. In today's lecture, I will discuss about the uniform crossover and the matrix crossover. So let's understand what do you mean by the uniform crossover. Before getting into the uniform crossover, let's do the revision about the 1-point crossover, 2-point crossover, and the multi-point crossover. In each crossover, we select a cross site, and the number of cross site will decide whether it will be a single point crossover or 2-point crossover or the multi-point crossover. In a single point crossover, we select only a single cross site, while in case of a 2-point crossover, we select a 2 cross site, and in multi-point crossover, we have more than 2 cross site, and these cross sites may be in even number or in odd number. Now let's understand what do you mean by the uniform crossover. In a uniform crossover, we don't divide the chromosomes into segments. Rather, here we treat each gene separately. Here, either we essentially flip a coin for each chromosome to decide whether or not it will be included in the offspring. We can also bias the coin to one parent to have more genetic material in the child from that parent. In uniform crossover, we have two ways through which we can cross over the parent to create a new offspring. Either by tossing the coin, or the another method is your masking method. So we will understand both the method one by one. First, we will understand how we can cross over the two parents to generate a new offspring by flipping a coin. Let's see. Here we have a parent 1 and a parent 2, and see the string of the parent 1 and the string of the parent 2. Here we have 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, and in parent 2 we have the string of the parent 2 is your 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. So these are the two parents, parent 1 and parent 2, and this is the binary string for both the parents. Now here we have to flip the coin. or you can say that we have to toss the coin. And what we will assume that if we will get 1, then we will swap the bits, or you can say that bits swapping will take place. Or if we will get 0, then there will be no swapping of the bits. We have tossed the coin, and what we have assumed that if we will get 1, we will swap the bits, and if we will get 0, we are not going to swap the bits. So here we will have the coin tossing. Now let's see, let's assume that here we have got 1. After tossing the coin, here we have in the first chance we get 1, then we got 0, 0, 1, 1, and then 0. This is the randomly generated, as we have tossed the coin and we got the value like 1 0 0 1 1 0 0. So what we have decided, if the after tossing the coin, if we will get 1, we will swap the value, or if we will get 0, we are not going to swap the value. So let's see, in the first case we are getting 1, so we will swap the value. So here it will be 1 and here it will be 0. Now in the second chance we are getting 0, so we are not going to swap the value, so we will get 0 0. In third case again we are getting 0, so we are not going to swap the bits. In fourth case we are getting 1, so we have to swap the value. So we will keep 1 here and we will make 0. We will swap the value. Again we are getting 1, so again we will swap. Here we will have 0 and here we will have 1. And in the last again we are getting 0, so there will be no swapping and it will remain same as it is. So this is how the offsprings are produced in the uniform crossover when we flip a coin. Now in the next lecture we will learn how a uniform crossover can be achieved by using a masking method.